Welcome to That's Entertainment, the weekly entertainment show where we look at the latest news from last week and this week. Your regular host Ben is in Latin America this week, so you have me, Neil Warasina, standing in. And this week, we're going to take a look at some of the key takeaways from the State of the Cinema Industry Report from the US body, the Cinema Foundation. They're an all-industry non-profit that uses data and collaboration to promote and expand the cinema industry. We're coming to the end of the first quarter and the US has seen some great box office bounce back with a healthy $165 billion in the first quarter, and that's $300 million ahead of the same period last year and not far behind the $179 billion earned pre-pandemic in 2020. The report leads out with some very positive stats. The number of movies set to release and released in 2023 is forecast to grow, up 40% versus 2022, with 107 titles currently scheduled for wide release this year and Universal Focus leading the chase on the number of titles. A survey of US exhibitors representing around 20,000 screens have confirmed that they'll be updating auditoriums over the next 3 years with upgrades to sound systems, projectors, seating, and the introduction of more premium large format screens. It's great to see that cinemas are acknowledging that growing trend that audiences want to see a more premium version of cinema. The survey also showed that a wide range of audiences have returned over the past 12 months. In addition to the traditional core audiences of families and 18-24s, films such as Top Gun Maverick and Elvis have brought in both an older male audience for Top Gun and females for Elvis. The report also highlights how US audiences are following the trends of cinema goers across the world with a significant uptick in the number of tickets being purchased online. Traditionally, online ticket sales in the US have relied very heavily on third parties such as Fandango, but post-COVID, customers have been turning much more to cinema's own online presences, with a 20% increase in the proportion of online tickets sold directly from exhibition. US cinemas have been more actively engaging with their customers. In 2022, we saw a big jump of 78% of customers subscribing to specific loyalty programs run by those cinema chains. What the report doesn't cover are the moves by exhibition into dynamic ticketing. Announced earlier this year by AMC, they're very much following in the footsteps of Vox overseas with variable seat pricing, depending on proximity to screen and sight lines they offer, very similar to the music model at music events. The relationship between cinemas and streaming platforms was also couched in a much more positive light than in the past. Of the most popular titles in streaming platforms in 2022, the majority of those had a successful theatrical run first. Research shows that consumers have become increasingly more likely to stream a film at home if it's had a big screen debut. A theatrical release serves as a marketing platform and is a sign of quality for streamers at home. There's no doubt that a solid theatrical release can create more interest at home, and that theatrical and streaming services are not engaged in a war, but a peaceful coexistence where both can prosper at the same time. We can see an increase in the relationship between the big and the small screen. It's very much a two-way street, and overall revenue for the studios is up. We'll be back next week with more updates, and if you have comments or topics you want us to follow up on, please comment below, and thanks, and I'll see you next week.